Hello everyone, Mantic Mystic here with your weekly reading. We'll use tarot and oracle cards and channeled messages for the week ahead, January 5th to the 11th, 2026. Happy New Year. Okay, maybe some of you are settling into the new year, getting back on track with work and things. We have say no. So this is saying no to toxic connections, tainted offers, and any influences around you that you feel could be harmful. What else do we have? Fierce. So despite how things may be seeming dark, there's light coming through. So this is finding a way through it. And you have rebel or rebel, depending on how you want to say it. This is doing things your way, not worrying about what others think. It's okay to say no, not being ruled by, not being feeling as though you have to do something because you're afraid if you don't, such and such will happen, So really, it's really sticking true to your values. With soulmate here, this card keeps coming up, both my channels. So this is about true love finding its way. You also have fertility, some sort of maybe new project, job, etc. I'm going to get 7. Kind of getting a card a day, one for each day of the week. Let's see what else we have. We have collaborate. So this is keeping your heart and mind open, keeping yourself open so that maybe you can pair up with somebody or partner up with someone or a group of someone's even, right? And with the fertility here, and this is funny. Okay, so then on the bottom you have say yes. So maybe at the beginning of the week, you're going to be clearing out what doesn't serve you, suit you, it doesn't feel right, saying no, not because you have to, but because you want to. You're doing things your way. You're not worrying about what others think. Maybe it does have to do with some sort of soulmate connection or other close relationship. But then you have fertility coming in by the end of this week here. The universe could be sending some sort of support that you're not expecting. Might even feel divine in some way. Could come through animals, finding feathers, lots of different things. But even a song on the radio I'm getting. We have strength card here. And I love seeing this because it's like, yeah, you're standing up for what feels right to you, what you know is right. You're saying no to whatever is harmful. And in fact, bottom of the deck here, you have the 8 of Cups. So this is the eclipse card. I love seeing that underneath fears because this fears was reminding me of that anxiety that sometimes comes along with the moon card energy. That's not what's happening here, though. Here, they've overcome whatever it is that's kept them, it's kept them staying with these 8 cups that are no longer fulfilling. They were at some time, maybe it was some sort of, again, something you were emotionally attached to, as they are cups, something that you were at least passionate about maybe at one time, or that was sort of making you feel good in some way, but it's no longer working, right? And so some of you, as the new year turned into a new year, and it's a 1 year, 2026 is 226 is 10, which reduces to a 1 in numerology. It's like, but I still honor the 10 aspect of this being a 1 year, because it does feel that there's been that completion, of a 10, what a 10 would bring. So it feels like as though there's a completion happening maybe now. And then I feel as though as we enter eclipse season, which will actually start February 17th this year, that's when I feel you're actually making more steps, taking actual action towards either leaving something or moving towards something different, something better, something more for you, and really just having that strength to do it. And it's like not forcing anything anymore. Maybe you've been trying to keep yourself small for a certain someone or situation, but it's like you've outgrown it and you're moving on, despite not knowing exactly where this path will take you. What else do we have? Yeah, writing your own story. And this is the let's see, the original tarot by DeBry. Okay, it was gifted to me. Great deck, it's a classic. All right. Decks I use are all down below. Oh my goodness, yeah. Transformation, death card transformation. I always focus on that sun in the background, So I'm getting a lot of Leo energy because we have sun showing up in death. This is Scorpio card, but I do feel that Leo energy coming in with it. And because we also have the strength card, and I just feel that there's this energy that it's, or the situation is requiring you to be brave and requiring you even to be maybe a little strategic. Now you'll notice in this death card, and in most of the death cards you'll see in tarot, they're all responding differently to this white horse, to the death rider, I guess you'd call it, coming in. And the child has flowers. This man, this person's religious figure is praying, or maybe asking for, um, ask or trying to repent or something. This woman's like, oh my gosh, grieving. This guy passed right out. So it's like, everyone's responding differently to this, whatever this transition is, but you're encouraged to do it your way and not worry about what others think or how they're going to respond. It's, does it feel right for you? What else do we have? Focusing on the rebirth aspect, right? A cycle has ended and a new one is beginning. And we have the Knight of Cups, and this is one where you're following your heart. Yeah, following your passion. That's the Knight of Cups in a nutshell, anyway. It could be a new spiritual passion in some way. Maybe you're following your. It just feels as though it feels like in the past maybe you were worried about getting it right, and now it's more a focus of getting it, having it feel well. It's not about like getting something right. It's about how something comes to be. So more about not just, the saying, focusing more on like the journey, not just the destination. That's kind of what it feels like here with this card. I don't always get that off this card. I go by how it feels, and each time I read. So it seems as though it's important for things to really align with who you are, on a moral level, or maybe even if it's like your health, like you're kind of, it's as though you're seeing connections, you're seeing how everything is related and how one thing can really impact everything. And it's like you're noticing a ripple effect that one thing could be having. If it's something, with your health or a certain living situation or a person or your job, it's as though you're noticing the impact it's having, and not, it's like refusing to settle, you know. And then we go into this fertility because you're willing to make that change. What else do we have? Oh my goodness, we have temperance here. I'm actually hearing two names too. I'm hearing Linda, and then I'm also hearing, oh, now I have three. Okay, so, and then I have a name that contains the word weight. It's a name, but it has weight in it, like Waitsfield or something. And then I also heard Desmond. So sometimes I do get names. I get a lot of clairaudient messages throughout readings generally. So there's that. And then I'm hearing something right now too clairaudiently about like wiping a slate clean. So again, am I tying into that death card, rebirth energy? And I do want to remind you too, with strength, we're not forcing anything, right? She's taming this lion here, in a, somehow she's taming this lion, and it's not through, brute strength, because if that were the case, the lion would win, right? But she's using her bravery, and I think she's able to really read situations. And I feel some of you have had to really use your own intuition to navigate your way through something, feeling your way through, maybe in a situation that has felt pretty dark for a long time, possibly a love situation, as we do have that at the center of the reading. But with soulmate, it doesn't have to be romantic. Temperance here, again, focusing, there's the sun again, showing up, and this is about really, I feel as though before you move forward, it's some of you maybe you've been waiting for that perfect time, or waiting to get like your footing correct or something. And I feel as though some of you are realizing that it's not necessarily going to ever be a perfect time to make this big thing happen. This big dream maybe, or um, people say there's never like an exact like perfect time to have a baby, for example. It's always going to be a huge adjustment, and I feel like some of you are just, you're taking it on anyway. Something's going to be a big adjustment, you're doing it anyway, because that's what's at the center of you. That's what your heart is calling for you. It's a heart's calling. Whatever this is, it feels like a heart's calling. Your endurance has certainly been tested. It seems as though that is definitely the case here. And it's like you were maybe, for some of you, you've been fearing having to maybe dredge something up from the past, or not wanting to kind of like upset a certain situation, but it's feeling as though you can no longer keep your balance in something. It's just something has kind of pushed over the edge, it seems, and now there's this change that needs to happen. And if it's not this week, it could be that some things that come to be this week then actually, that's like the beginning part of something that maybe takes a couple of months to and fully what's the word I'm trying to look for, to fully put it into action. Let's put it that way. All right, so Temperance here, Sagittarius energy. Oh my. Now you have the Empress. So this is really incredible because you have 4 major arcana cards in 6 out of 6. I mean, that's a lot. So with this Temperance card and the Empress showing up, I love this for group work. Absolutely. Because with the fertility and the collaborate, it's as though you're realizing that you can do a lot more with if you open your heart or your mind or even your door to support in some way. And I do feel the universe is sending you support, and it will help you have the abundance that you're absolutely looking for. The Empress with Temperance, fantastic. They're also finding creative solutions, a solution that may come from working with a group or a person in some way. And this is Taurus and Libra energy coming in. So yeah, you have fire, air, water, earth. You have everybody here. So yeah. And let's see what else we have. So a lot of fertility, and it could be working, with a group of women too, or at least one other female. What else do we have? I am getting a name like Dawn or Donner, something like that. Okay, and we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, and it feels as though you haven't known what to say yes to, right? Taking that chance. Some of you, it's like you just don't have that clarity yet. You may not have it now, but by the end of the week, it feels as though you're much clearer on something. I don't know what's going on astrologically, if there's something going on at the end of the week this week, but I can feel that energy. There's some sort of shift here. It really feels as though uh, it feels like a complete turnaround. Something feels like a total turnaround. Not because this is upside down. It's the whole energy overall. It feels like in just a matter of like 7 days, there's something huge that shifts, and it could be with your own thoughts, because it is an Ace of Swords, right? The ace of thinking, basically. So right now, you could feel as though there's sort of confusion, chaos, not really being able to move forward. Maybe even you're sensing some sort of dishonesty, and that's why you haven't said yes to something or someone. But the transformation here is like at your door. It's all over these cards, and it's looking pretty positive too. Let's see if it's about career, money. Often people are very interested in that. What do we have? What do we have? Gift. Okay, so yeah, good. I mean, like I said earlier, the universe sending something in. Perfect timing. So someone might give you a gift, lend you money, help you in some way. This is about maybe even getting some sort of bonus in some way. Maybe your bonus from work was late if you get one. But this is having natural talents and gifts. And instead of waiting to be discovered, it's like the most important part is you discovering yourself, right? And putting yourself out there in some way. What else do we have? Could make you money. Oh my gosh. Say yes to the things you think you can't do. Now, this is going to come out in reverse. And I feel like some of you, that's just it. The thing that's stopping you is your mind, maybe past programming or something. And that's not going to be across the board. And nothing I say in a tarot reading is going to be 100%, for everybody. So just take what resonates, leave the rest, please. Thank you. And then we have students. So this is about working with a mentor, learning a new skill, someone teaching you how to implement your plans better or smarter. It could be just you learning. So you don't have to actually be an official student. You could be sort of, doing something on your own to learn, teaching yourself to succeed with money or some sort of, anything really. It just could be anything with this card. It says you could be in a school or pursue higher education or work for a school district. So maybe that resonates with some of you as well. And let's go ahead and close out your reading with some animal cards. Oops. All right, we have otter. And this is about dreaming bigger. So there's so much more possible than you're allowing yourself to see. It's about you being limitless, right? Let yourself have what you truly desire, indicated by that Knight of Cups too, and the Strength card, because Strength card, limitless, right? Infinity symbol, and really, again, leading with your heart. It does really feel as though it's a heart's calling, whatever this is. If you enjoy this reading, please do like the video, subscribe, hype it, leave a comment. All that stuff helps. Thank you. You have Swan, Becoming, more heart chakra energy. So you have card 30, card 29. Those numbers may resonate. So this is about letting go of whatever isn't authentic and becoming who you were born to be and letting your true self emerge. And you have Crocodile with boundaries. Card 15, Sacral chakra. And this is being clear about what's important to you. Communicate your boundaries without fear, right? And don't settle for less than you deserve. And your angel number of the week is nice, 1010. A new path awaits. And bottom of the deck, 555, transformation. So this is expecting the unexpected and letting your soul grow and trust in new beginnings. Thank you for your time. Wishing you a fantastic week.